Properties. There we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Realms of Awakened Essence RPG, Season 8, Episode 15. The Throne of Sorrows? What's so wrong about this throne? Well, we're gonna have to find out. Let's bring in our cast and have them introduce themselves.
No! Wake up! No!
What?
Just for our audience sake, we do apologize that there are no video feeds except for my own. Currently on stream, we are having technical difficulties with our broadcasting tool for the remote webcams, so we will be going on our backup reference images for now until we can figure out an issue for that. Resolution for that issue. So, who wants to start?
For sure a gremlin chewed the wires.
I'm sure it wasn't one of mine.
I guess I'll take the stand. Hello, everybody. I am Magdarim. I play the role of Leilana, Moogie, the little terrifying goblin, and a couple of other randomized NPCs throughout the game. I'm going to pass it off to who is that little thing over there? Oh, it's Dr. Bess.
Aha, yes. I am Dr. Vess, attending Kobold Physician, LLC. I am played by Chris, otherwise known as Pi3. And I will pass I'll volleyball it upward to Alduin and party.
Like, try to aim high. Don't. Ow. Okay, at least it hit my chest. Anyways, hello. I'm Alduin. And Hearth. Mainly it. Those characters are controlled by me. Gearbox, that controls the funny Dragonborn brothers. And of course Dark Matter as well, but we don't talk about him. He's not here at the moment.
Are you sure about that?
That's an understatement.
He's supposed to be here for the on set today, but I don't know.
Where is he?
I think he's back in the back stuffing his face.
I'm not stuffing my face! Boss, we need to get to the set. I don't care! I don't eat
Now they're
anything!
stood up. Oh, wow.
Will Dr. Vess and Dark Matter please report to Studio 2? Will Dr. Vess and
I'm
Dark
right here
Matter.
behind you. Just appears.
Running down the hall.
with like a bunch of like donuts in his like a donut in his mouth and like a donut
I
under
don't
his
have
arm.
donuts. I don't trust any of the food because Alchemist is around. Did he call me my lord? No! Okay.
Alchemist,
What is this lovely thing with a hole in it? Let's do weird things to it. Make it roll. Make sure it has a
roll.
on it owned.
I don't know what they are, but you know.
Hello, I am Drucathio Vergath, your werewolf dwarf thing.
Well,
also
Chester
Thing.
comes down to the
Captain.
dumps.
And yes, I don't know. It's a thing, yes.
It's a thing.
And I believe we have a. Who's that up there? Okay. Person in the
I
creepy
don't-
cloak.
I told you. I don't have my makeup on.
He's to put like 5 hours of makeup.
You don't know.
The makeup department has been very busy today, apparently.
It takes hours to make myself look this good.
Or this bad, depending on which
You know
way
how
you look
hard
at
it is to apply foundation to his skull.
I honestly
Yeah.
feel bad for all of you. I look better without makeup all the time.
Is that you, Leilana?
You know it.
You
Oh, I
do
don't-
look fabulous. I think you should also, do something with your hair. It looks fabulous as always.
Well, that's argan oil shampoo for you, darling.
Ah.
All right, who wants to
that's
read the
nice.
episode recap?
Now, hang on a second. You've sent to introduce me, and all I did was
Oh.
play a bit as Acerak, you twit.
Oh yes,
What?
Acerak. can step aside from the camera for a moment. Thank you.
Just shove.
Hello, I'm your wonderful storyteller, even though you can't see me, because freak you, stupid website.
I swear we're waving.
We're waving.
Vigorously.
The Crystal Welch, I play Aya, I play Regs, I play Shazon. I'm a load of devious people, including one Acerec. And what will happen in this episode? Now you can read the...
Whoever wants to read that.
I am.
Okay.
Realms of Awakened Essence, Season 8, Episode 15, The Throne of Sorrows. As the group starts to relax, the ship gets attacked by a drake made of stars. The group scrambles to fight off the drake. Drake takes a sizable bite of the ship, but they are rescued at least temporarily from an owlin named Alhoot. The drake is killed and the ship lands. The group then encounters a human-like creature in Aramor. What will happen? Find out today on Realms of Awakened Essence.
Well, we're supposed to be armor, but that's okay.
And we'll be right back after the opening intro, folks. Stay tuned.
Tell you that was a speedy recap. I know.
We stand together on the edge of the world. Battles all around us like flowers unfurled. One body, one mind, fighting for that last moment in time. We are heroes pushing back against the dark, making way for a brand new start. Here in these realms where the essence grows, making a new path for the light as it grows. Whatever the struggle, together we fly. Stand up to fight now, it is to our time.
Hope he has lots of support.
He
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Realms of Awakened Essence. AC, my boy, take it away.
Take it now.
As the group is about to face off with this armored human-like creature, the camera moves to the center of Anthem in its throne room, where a certain elven female was talking to a certain archlich. Leilana,
Yes, Acerec, darling, what is it?
it seems that your friends are here to liberate the city.
No. That's simply not allowed.
What do you plan to do, Leilana?
Something rather, shall we say, unethical by even the god standards.
Oh, unethical.
Maybe even borderline disastrous that you would be proud of?
Ooh.
Oh no.
But I'll let you watch while I instigate the problem.
Don't you mean instigate the solution? I think you've got those things backwards.
Oh no, I'm gonna go around Anthem causing all kinds of problems, and then I'm going to put all the evidential blame on the group. And then when they get here, oh, well. They'll have nothing to defend themselves with.
Be careful that might backfire on you. For they are very
Oh.
smart. And I have heard rumors.
Rumors this, rumors that, I care not. I'm going to ruin every fiber of their being. After all, I am the new Queen of Anthem, am I not?
Ah, yes. I did promise you this particular capital in response to you helping me get what I desire.
And yes, I'll make sure that Rags is in tow. I'll rip her soul out myself and feed it to you.
Ripping her soul out. I like the sound of that. That will definitely piss off one Lady Mary that won't be able to save one of her companions.
And it'll be so much more painful if I am the one who does it. Because she'll be expecting it from you.
Fair enough.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do.
And as the camera moves back, we see Leilano with new determined purpose walk out of the throne room.
Oh no.
Getting back to our little group. I love it. Thank you.
Segway!
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 So you have this person dressed completely in armor. All you see is his eyes. Or all you see is their eyes. You don't know if it's male or female thing. What do you do?
Drac has already drawn his battle axe.
Anybody else?
Moogie has ignited his blade.
Hearth
Alright.
has pulled his sword out, a little offended that
Well,
they attacked his
axe.
brother. Because Alduin's still on the floor.
Yeah.
Ves will put his hands up, but it's a feint since he's a spellcaster.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I gotta stretch and limber up for this shit.
This particular individual smiles and let's play. And he is going to go first.
Of course he is.
Yes, he is. Let's see, what do I want to do? Yeah, I'll do that. You guys aren't gonna like this very much.
Do we ever?
Everybody, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Ah,
Of
blasted.
course. Wow, I rolled a 5.
Ooh.
Total.
As usual, I'm gonna roll the one.
I only have a +1 in my dex, so.
Oh
Yeah, that sounds
Oh.
about right.
I rolled a 5.
Oh, oh,
wow.
no. You know what? I'm gonna use
Starting
my
off-
actual. I'm gonna use my real dice for this.
Dracathia rolled a
Started off-
4.
rolled a
We started
4.
off with technical
Yep.
difficulties. Now we're having playing difficulties.
Let's
Yay.
let's hope we're lining up for like a dramatic comeback.
Okay, let me. Okay, I got my actual real D20. Let me roll this. Damn. Okay then. I got a actual nat 20 for Hearth and plus his +2 dex. That means that's a 22.
Okay.
That's a nat 22.
Leave
Thank
it
you,
to
guys.
Hearth to get the only plus anything worth out of this.
True. Let's see here.
Like, damn. Okay, thank you, dice. Real dice in my hand. Power of real dice.
Okay. I am just. Yep, she doesn't. Oh, goody. Good drops. Yeah, that sounds really bad, people. Everybody takes 35 points of fire damage and 35 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, how much damage?
Jeez.
Everybody who failed takes 35 points of fire damage and 35 points of necrotic damage. So that's 70 points damage in total.
Ooh.
5.
Oh, Moogie's fine then.
Yeah.
Oh no, Alduin!
And half as much damage on a successful save.
And how much would that be?
Let me just double check.
That would be 35.
Alduin just get conquered.
Okay, wait, how much damage? Sorry.
It was
Thank you.
75 total.
No, it was 70 total.
Oh, 70 total.
What
Yeah.
was the half of that?
35.
Okay, 30.
So
Okay.
Dr. Ness also drops.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Gets
Okay.
pulled over.
I hate to tell you, Alduin is at 11 health. A gentle breeze will not come over at this point, and he's on the floor, so...
Yeah, I kind of figured. Yep.
I will say that black stuff is starting to come out of him again.
Oh,
Question.
well, it was.
I still
it
have an
has not-
inspiration point from leftover from unused inspiration point.
Yep.
I'm going to, when it's my turn, use that.
Okay.
Oh, Alduin, my poor boy. My son.
Let me just finish writing up the oh dear. Oh boy. So the next person to go, that was let's see.
Do we need to roll initiative or
No. We're doing this like we always have. It's just that he went first, and the thing that he did is going to take all of his action.
It was narrative. We're doing narrative.
Yeah. And he smiles when this thing goes off. Okay. So Moogie, you are next.
He just looks down at his chest where the flames hit him.
Yep.
Just kind of dusting the soot off.
You know, Hearth joins you on that because that didn't do too much damage to him, to be honest. He's still in the hundreds.
I have to admit, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I have to agree as well.
He's just continuously, like, ignoring the guy altogether and just dusting the soot and grossness of the necrotic damage off his body. Like, not even realizing that, not even paying any attention to this guy at all. Completely ignoring his existence.
Damn.
Like, as a big slap in the face. Well, I dare say you almost have as much scary about you as my sister does. Although you're nowhere near her level yet, unfortunately. Another insulting slap to the face.
My point was not to be better than your sister, or to be even beyond her level. My point was to make sure that none of you got even a whiff's close to the Capitol building, where the throne is. And I
Oh,
say
I
that
think
I say that I'm doing a pretty good job. Saying that I've just dropped those two and point to both Alduin and Dr. Vex.
Oh, but you misunderstand my sister. You don't know her half as well as I do. Where there's a fight, she finds it. And if she finds you're the one who put us down before she did, I can't imagine what she's gonna do to you.
Arthur just like looks and just go,
Give me a raise. She's already done that once.
True, but when she sets her sights on this party and wants to do it herself, anyone who gets in her way, well, let's just say that it ends badly for them. He's just sitting there dusting off his leather straps
Yeah,
and
I love this conversation
just
that you
Yeah.
two are
taking
having.
the
Yep.
dust and soot out of his hair.
very good. Hearth just kind of says, anyways, telling us your master plan is kind of self-defeating, don't you think?
Why would I tell you
Exactly.
our master tell you
Well.
our master's plan?
Well, more I'm saying, you told us you want to distract us. Now we know why you're fighting.
Which gives me even more incentive to do this. And he's going to attack.
Okay,
Belfraying the Justice is in full glory.
go ahead.
That is a 19 plus 13.
Yeah, you hit.
All right.
I'm not even gonna pretend that you didn't. Wow.
All right. So, this is gonna hurt. Literally.
Probably.
Where is my? Okay, I gotta. Hang on. I gotta add these numbers up again. I hate having to add these numbers up. I need my pencil. Come here, pencil. My loyal pencil.
Your beautiful pencil.
My pencil of the gods.
It shall stab into the heavens!
Exactly. Okay. So. Okay. Here we go. So that is a. Okay, and then plus that. Ooh. Oh wait, I already have the number written down
Mm-hmm.
from a different? Yeah, it's the same. Okay, this is the same edition here. All right. So. Wait, no, that's not the same number. Okay. Alright, so let me add that up anyway, because apparently I didn't read that correctly. Let's see, so. Oh my god. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. I have a very bad feeling this is gonna hurt a lot. Because now that I have written these numbers down correctly, yeah. 8 plus 34 damage on the first swing.
34? Okay.
Yep. And then the next one is,
Now remember, you still have to hit him.
yeah, so I have to roll the hit for the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, that's 21.
Let me.
Hit this right.
You just barely hit with that second.
All right, and
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing a slight technical difficulty. Our Discord application just crashed. We'll be right back.
I expected that.
Oh yeah, I know.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Discord decided to go belly up for a moment and restart, so I didn't catch any of that.
Oh, don't worry about it. Mookie slapped the ever crap out of the
Oh,
Anyway.
lovely. Fun.
The ever crap.
He just gave him a little, you know, a little,
I like that phrase, and I don't know why.
just a little. Ow, my hand.
I do not mind using that particular phrase to describe exactly what you just did.
I would be using that from now on. That's hilarious. I love it.
Oh, you're quite welcome. All right. So, where's your go?
I think Harsh is next.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah, Drac, it is now your turn.
All right.
Mm.
Drax gonna step forward and say, raise his axe high to like the sky, and he's gonna say, "By the power and the guardian of this city, I demand and call upon your justice." And the axe starts glowing like with celestial magic and stuff like that. A beam of light shoots into the sky, into the clouds, and I am using my inspiration point to call upon the aid of a god of the city.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Okay, now.
I wish to use healing magic on those around me, if possible.
We'll get
Yeah.
get to that in just a second.
Yes. Yep. Fair enough. But that takes a whole turn action.
Yeah. So that's what you're doing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Evil lady, you see a light go up in a portion of the city.
Oh no.
Well. What do we have here? She's going to walk towards it.
Okay. Keep note, it's going to take you a bit because you are walking.
You're leisurely walking.
You are
Yep.
leisurely walking. I'm not going to make
Yeah,
you...
but she has 30 feet movement speed, so...
And I'm also making this kind of far away so then we have some time for this particular battle. So just keep aware of that. Okay. So, I know what you texted me.
The question is, which god's gonna answer?
Yeah, which one? We got a
That's a
handful.
big order.
That is a big order.
We got the existing ones. One that is showing the background right now.
That's true. That is
One
true.
that's eating donuts. Wait,
Oh yeah, that's the one showing in the background. He's still getting the donut thumbs off.
So, let's see here.
Thumbs are very good. Anyways,
Oh, I've got to ask Kenny a question.
go ahead. Oh.
No, I'm.
Oh, okay. I see.
That makes sense.
I don't know how to. Okay, I'll answer you in just a minute. Ah! The thing that you were asking about for the heal for the party, is
Yeah.
that for everybody for that particular role, or is that for
That-
each person?
That's for each individual person.
Okay.
because I think that's fair. If it was like a blanket
Well,
roll,
yeah.
it would be-
I was just confirming. All right. So let me see. Let's see here. Well, if I was rolling stat blocks, that would be very good. Yeah. Give me a second. Ooh, let's just be a little bit evil here.
Oh no. I just learned you could spin a d20 like a freaking top.
There we go. It would make sense, wouldn't it?
Deal. You have a deal.
Hey, hang on. I'm still sending stuff to people. Oh no, I already sent something to you.
Sorry, folks, for the delay.
Oh no.
Player
no.
shenanigans are happening.
Yes,
Background
good.
content is being prepared for your viewing pleasure.
Oh gee. You're getting 2 gearbox. That first one was to Alduin. The
Okay.
second one is to Hearth.
Okay. So 2 HP?
No. You're getting 2 separate HP
Okay.
things. Look at your DMs.
Oh, okay. Let me look. Ah. Okay, so the first one's
8.
rolled?
Yeah, the first one's for Alduin.
Okay. Well, that's good, he's not dying.
He's not dying anymore.
Yay!
Not, 8. Okay. And then finally you. Ah. Wow. Okay. My characters won't, but you know, just because I rolled for everybody else, and I just want to. Okay, mysterious voice out of the sky.
Dracathio. This
Yes.
beam of light pierces through to the heaven, and this sadistic, almost thunderous voice answers your call.
Oh no. My favorite voice. The most hopeful of hopeful voice. They're all active now.
Yep.
Well. Look who's come a-calling. Dracathio, there's now a paling look upon your face, as this is not the god you hoped for.
Drac just like he's like in full on, like his eyes have gone like complete bloodshot, like he's seeing red. He wants to kill anything in sight.
Oh, you're
Well-
calling down a healing spell. Well, tell you what then. I'll heal your party in exchange for a little task of my own. We got a deal?
Damn.
And in the back of Drac's mind, you just hear, "Fine, whatever."
Oh, whatever is your answer. Well,
Choose your
that
words carefully,
case,
Drac.
Yeah, choose your words carefully.
Drac is
You-
currently on full murder hobo. He doesn't care.
you hear a loud, thunderous clap of his hands as the party has now been healed.
Hey.
The
Yep.
things that I have already texted you. Oh, I forgot one person. Pardon me.
Yep.
Excuse me. I forgot one person. Not that's going to make that much of a difference because Mookie is absolutely a freak.
What did the makeup department do wrong this time?
Let's see. That's all right. Okay. And that's how many
Wow.
Mookie is. Yeah.
So, remember, little Dracathio Vergath, you struck a deal with me, and I'll call upon you whenever I desire.
Oh no.
With that, the voice dies and you lose your connection.
Yep. And you can see like the kind of like the like his veins are pulsing with this like because when he's mad, like this level of mad, you know the Trish, I mentioned to you his cybernetic arm that has the special stuff in it.
Uh-huh.
That stuff is now pulsing through his veins.
That's fun. There are 3 guards. It's now their turn.
Well, Hearth didn't do anything, but it.
No, you're not up yet.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
That's okay.
You're not up yet. Not the way that I've done this. You're not up yet.
Blasted. Foiled
Blast
again.
it. So these guards with the gleaming green eyes walked up. And Mookie, you're the one that's up there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your AC?
My AC is 17.
Well, the first one only hits you once, so you take 9 points of slashing damage. The second
Okay.
one. Oh. You said 17, right?
Yes.
The second one hits you twice for 18 points of slashing damage.
Bah. He shrugs it off.
Yeah, I know. And the third one hits you only once for 9 points of slashing damage. And that is their turn.
That's the best you got? Come on now. He says this really sarcastic asshole
I know.
tone.
I know. Now there are 2 more humans with wicked smiles on their faces, also with those same glowing green eyes.
Well, it seems like everyone seems pretty happy to see us. I guess no time for
Yes.
joking. Arthur says.
Let's see here. What do I want to do with them? I'm not going to do that because I just did something like that. Yeah, let me look at that one.
Damn it. Damn it.
No, I'm not going to do that to you. Is that all the way down to the bottom of the list?
Anyways. I'm trying to stack my dice on top of each other.
Yeah. let's see here. Okay, that would work. Okay, I want. Only one of them is going to do this. The other one's is just going to let his companion do this. One of the other humans smiles. I want everybody to make me another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, good golly, Miss Molly.
Yeah.
I rolled a 12.
That's the
Yeah.
same from
Okay, let
Dracathio.
me- Okay, I'm gonna use my real dice again. Let's see. Oh no, I got a 10 for.
Another 5 for Beth.
Wait, for Alduin, that's
Oh.
perfectly fine because Alduin's got a plus 8 on his dex. That means 18.
Don't count your chickens for they hatch.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
it's true. Let's see.
Well, it's more of like, unless it's a ridiculously high roll, I shouldn't be so sad to see a 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Because at first my heart sank, and then I remembered, oh yeah.
Yeah. What this particular person does, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage for everybody who failed.
Does a 12 count as failing?
Yes.
Damn it, so Hearth took damage.
Yeah, hard damage, unfortunately.
How much?
Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
That was 11 points, and then 15 points of cold damage.
So that
Okay.
would be like...
On top of the 12?
On top of the 12.
Got it.
So 12 and how much more?
15.
15, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
What this guy basically did was cast Ice Storm on you.
Wait, I have a resistance to cold.
You have a resistance to cold
Yes. As Hearth.
as Hearth.
Yeah.
Well, then you take half of that.
What would half that be?
Oh,
Sorry.
I just remembered something. So I can see this effect, right?
Yep.
I need to roll again because
What?
I have advantages on Dex against effects that you can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Okay.
I'll probably fail again, but I still can roll again.
I quickly...
Yes. Okay.
Just need
It's 13.
13?
For Hearth. Yeah, 13.
So,
Yay.
I
so
had to-
yeah, I'll take my 12 instead because I rolled an 8. for the
Yeah,
second one.
yes. Okay.
I still fail, but I'll take the 12.
Okay. Did anybody go down?
Nope.
Oh,
Everyone's
how
fine.
much? Sorry, how
Nope.
much damage was that again? I missed it.
That was 11 plus 15.
Yeah, pretty sure I did.
Ouch.
Question. The creature that just attacked me was in 5 feet of me, right?
No. Actually,
Okay.
he wasn't.
That's all I need to
Oh.
know.
Yeah.
How close has Leilana got to where the beam of light came from by now?
Like 30 feet per every 6 seconds. Well, it's not the end of the round yet, so she hasn't gotten far.
Okay.
So that was their go. Alduin, it is now yours.
Old one, the boy.
The boy.
The 30
What do you
HP
do?
boy.
Yeah, what do you do?
He goes, that was really rude. Ow. My everything.
You're everything. Yes.
Okay, old one. I can walk. I'm standing now.
Believe me, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, at least
It
he's
had been.
on not getting hit the second
And may very well be worse.
because that would have brought him down back to where his bad place was.
Aha.
But he's okay now.
Mm-hmm.
He's fine. Anyways, okay, let me think. because I have a few options now because Alduin's getting stronger. But I can either do his very bland and most effective attack he always has, or no, I'm not going to make him remember another song. I don't think it is a good time for that. And I don't think any of his already existing songs will help.
Nope. Considering that the last song that you remembered kind of got you into this problem.
Well, yeah, it caused silence.
Uh-huh.
Would have been useful if we didn't get seen, because it didn't make us invisible. But,
It only made you not heard.
yeah, that's all it did.
That's all it did. So if someone actually had, like, massive visibility or something, then you would have been golden.
Yeah, we would have been impossible to see.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do?
Alduin will... He'll kind of go, you know what? That I kind of had enough of this. He says, well, I'm going to do his normal attack.
All right.
Alduin. He rolled a 23 on his performance of striking with his Thunderloop.
All right. You roll.
Okay, now I have to roll his damage.
No,
Yeah.
you have to roll his performance, remember?
I did.
Which was?
23.
Who are you specifically aiming this at? Just for my edification.
Well, it is chain lightning, so it'll hit 2 more people. But
Yeah, but are you aiming this at a particular person? Because yes, you're right. It is going to go off to 2 other people.
Whoever the last aggressor was.
Oh, that was one of the evokers. Yes.
Oh, they're evokers? Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes. So, go ahead, because I know for a fact that your particular thing is not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to overcome
Avoid
that.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled his damage, of course, and that was a 45.
45.
Yes.
Nice, and that strikes 2 other people.
Yeah, because it's chain lightning. I don't know who. I don't think I control exactly where it goes.
You don't, but because
Yeah.
it's chain lightning, I'm going to have it hit the other invoker since there's only 2 of them. So that's, you said that was how much damage?
45.
45. Thank you. I wrote
That's,
down
that's
that.
a decent damage number.
I'm very happy with Alduin's damage output.
Yeah. So am I.
Like it
Right
definitely
down-
helps the group.
Well, when he's not scared out of his skin, yes.
Yeah. That's of course the quirk about him. He's strong, but he's a coward somehow.
Okay, so that's 1 person, and then I'm going to have him hit.
I will say that I think he's starting to grow his backbone. I think
Yeah,
he's had
toward the
enough.
end of the campaign, he grows his backbone. Yeah, I feel you.
He's had enough of Acer X bullshit.
Yeah.
It's the way of things.
Hey, the one good thing Ace Rec has done, making a coward turn into a not coward. By pissing him off too much.
All right. And then you. I've already got you. All right. So that was Alduin.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Can she do it? He can. And I'm going to use an interrupt. Vess, it is your turn.
All right. So,
Hang on.
oh yes.
Hang on. Just a second. I
Wait.
know what you were going to do.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll just have it roll it. Ooh, nice. Well, start your description, and I'll.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, in lieu of making a death saving throw, Vess is lying there perfectly still for several moments, And then his eyes open up, and there's just streamers of golden light pouring out of them.
Are you sure about that?
And then,
Are you sure about that?
holy crap!
Uh-huh.
Does this interrupt it or what?
I'm going to say that it doesn't.
Okay.
Because you've already started, already started the process, but this does bring you up to that number.
It would. Okay. All right. So. Okay. So that's in a. That is. Is that damage or healing?
That's healing.
That's healing. Okay.
That's
So
healing.
that's in addition to what I'm getting from my normal ability.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So. All of a sudden, there's a burst of blinding golden energy.
Mm-hmm.
And as it like settles down, Vess is standing there again. Except now he is a kobold with a much longer snout, covered in reddish scales with like reddish spikes coming out the sides of his head and off of the tops of his hands. And he looks a lot more like draconic, maybe a little bit bestial now.
Arth looks over. Damn, Vest, did you have a growth spurt?
Also, are any of the bad guys within 30 feet of Vess?
No.
Dang. All right, then that effect doesn't.
And I know what you were going to do, and because you were a little bit further back when all these other spells hit you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But, like, he is standing now. And he makes a sneering hiss. I'll do his hit points in a second. But
Okay.
Are the bad guys clustered at all, or?
The man who's completely in armor with the glowing... Now, his eyes aren't glowing green. His eyes are glowing red, mind you.
Mhm.
And the 3 guards are clustered. The 2 invokers are a little bit further back. They're maybe 20 feet back, but they're not all clumped together.
They're slightly smoldering, but don't think about it too hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think Vess is gonna. I think he's gonna fix on the guards,
Okay. Go ahead.
and he's gonna say, Actually, no, he's not gonna say anything. I think he's just gonna like do like a hissing roar.
Okay.
And then there's like a blast of golden energy that comes out of his eyes and mouth, and he floods the area around the guy with the red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
With kind of a maelstrom of golden light. So what I'm doing is I'm casting Sickening Radiance.
Okay. So
Basically, yep.
does he have to roll against?
Yes. It's theoretically it'll catch him and the guards around him because it's a 30-foot radius.
Right.
They have to make a Con 16 saving throw.
Con 16?
Yeah, I'll invoke it in the Discord chat as well.
Okay. The guy in the middle actually makes that.
Okay.
Barely, but he makes it.
I think he still takes half. All right, so
what kind of damage is this?
radiant.
Okay,
damage.
CT. Don't. Then I'm not going to worry about that. Let me go to these guys, which.
Ooh,
Oh,
bad
geez.
news. I think people who make the save don't take anything. Let's see. When a creature moves on, to be fair, I don't know how you want to handle this, but technically it's when they start in the area or move into it.
That okay, dear.
Yeah.
Because you're casting it on them. Technically, they're starting there because
Yeah,
they
we'll
will
just
be there.
we can just resolve it.
Yeah.
Cool. Fair
Because
enough.
they will already be there in their next turn.
Okay.
Because they're currently engaged with a very angry Aasimar.
Ah, fair enough. I'm also trying to keep Moogie out of that range for the record.
Mugi's immune because he's an Azamor.
Hopefully.
Technically, no, but
He has high resistance to it because he's an Azamor.
but I will say this, because Veth, you know that Mugi is there. You can make this radiant not be affected to Mugi, if you so desire.
I will not affect Mugi with it.
Okay.
I'm rolling the damage. I think, unfortunately, someone who makes the save doesn't take any damage. Those who
Ooh.
fail will take 18 damage.
So you said it was what was it to succeed?
16.
Con 16. Saving
Okay,
throw con 16.
so yeah, all three of the guards fail.
Okay, so the
All take
guards
18.
will all take, what did I say?
18.
18 damage. They also take level of exhaustion.
Thank you.
As the effect kind of starts to wither at them.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Oh, that's fine. You know, just kind of, it's there.
And then I'll add my hit points up.
Okay.
He'll also look around for the source of the mysterious benefactor. That in
Yes,
addition.
and I will happily you hear this in your head. Oh, by the way, Hearth, it is now your turn while we're resolving this. Now it's your turn.
No, it's my turn. Anyways, let me look what he's got in his bag of tricks. His very small bag of tricks. Why can't you be like your brother? That's a damning thing. Anyways.
What are you doing?
Who has the lowest health?
Definitely not Mugi.
No,
No.
definitely not Mugi.
Tricathia has, well, his current HP is 90.
Oh, okay. Your HP is 90. Alduin is 30.
I'll
Yeah,
roll
I
mine
think
with-
Alduin is going to be the lowest.
Yeah, it's definitely Alduin.
Yeah, it's definitely Alduin at this point.
Where's Aya? Doesn't she have a turn?
That's a good noise. Oh, we're gonna capture that. But yeah, Alduin's almost down, so I may use lay on hands on him because I don't want him to die anytime soon.
Not again.
Not again. So yeah, Arthur just looks over to Alduin and goes, Alduin, it appears that you're what is it? Art. Oh, this? Ah, no. Ow. Yeah, I'm going to...
And just holds up a compound fracture.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend... Here. I'm gonna... Because I have like 100 points, and I'm gonna spend 30 of them to get his health up. Yay! He's just a little less dying. So yeah,
That.
Arth's hands glow a little bit. I will say one thing about the glowing though, it's slightly tainted by a little bit of dark, but we don't talk about that.
Well, at this point, Alduin's hands are now completely covered in the
goop.
in the goop.
It's like, why is there more? I don't know, I'm healing you, stand still. Oh, we're in the middle of a battle! Brother, if you don't shut, I can't heal you. Okay. Okay, big bro. And then he heals. There he goes. I have not used lay hands at all until now.
That's fine. How much healing do you do to yourself? I mean, to Alduin?
30. I expended 30 of my 100 lay on hands pool
Okay.
to heal him up.
That's fine.
I like that mechanic.
I like that mechanic too. Okay, so is that the only thing you're doing?
Yeah, that's Hearth is gonna then stand his ground next to his brother just to make sure no one sneaks up on him. Because he has a feeling. He has a bit of a terror radius feeling right now.
Yeah.
He has a bad feeling. That something with bad mojo is coming.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Hearth goes, I'm not sure if it's just me, but I'm gonna watch our flank because I have a bad feeling. I'm not sure about you guys, but I have a bad feeling. Yeah, I kind of feel it too, excluding the enemies right here.
Let's see. I need to find something real quick while you guys are doing that.
Okay, after you go, I want to. Oh boy.
Easy.
I want you to roll me first a perception check, Hearth.
Okay, Hearth must roll a perception check. Oh god, I feel a sneeze coming. What am I gonna do? Anyways. Yeah, I just need to roll straight. If I can find my d20 in my pile here. Oh,
Could
that
be
was
that-
not fair.
Okay.
12. He has a. It's
Oh no, you can hear this. You are hearing
Yeah.
what sounds like a shrieking wind, or maybe it's a howling chorus of voices. You're not quite sure.
I don't like that. It's like remind me of the Left 4 Dead like witch noise.
No, but it sounds like it's coming from all around you.
All I can picture in my head is the freaking the track you hear when you're next to a witch in Left 4 Dead.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Just the whole. I cannot like simulate that feeling. But yeah.
Okay. What is your AC? I need to write this down.
Heart's AC.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big 17.
Thank you.
Hearth is a relatively beefy boy.
Yes, I know that.
Look at all that beef.
Yeah. 3. You said 17, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got that written down. What am I asking that for?
Just a double check.
Yeah, just to triple check.
It's always to be sure instead of unsure. I like how I rolled my d20 and like it kind of like did a little bump up and it obviously got disrupted by hitting my drawing tablet. So I was like, that didn't count. It's like having a floor dive. Instead, it got disrupted by something on my desk.
Trish, real quick, I'm going to
2,
message
3,
you
4,
something.
5, 6. Let's see. Yeah, sure.
Whoa,
6.
spin.
Ooh. And then I need you to roll me a strength saving throw.
Who?
Right.
Hearth.
Oh,
Before I
There you go.
tell you the damage.
I'm gonna
there you go.
leave- Yeah.
In your DMs, Trish.
I'm gonna leave the bot, my tablet thing to decide.
Yay! He approved.
19. 19.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Was that not enough?
No. Hearth, you get battered big time.
Just like, what's that? No. Ah!
For 84 points of bludgeoning damage.
84. Jeez, let me.
And
Cheese
then,
banana.
yeah, and then you've been picked up by this, whatever it is, and are now being restrained.
This happens. Alduin goes, Hearth! Oh!
Mhm.
His arm is a little dented now because that was a big hit.
And for everybody else that can see this, that this is not Moogie. I'm not going to give this to Drak because Drak is seeing red at the moment. But everybody else, Alduin
Yes.
and Dr. Vez,
Mhm.
and actually Rags, because Rags is back there too.
Yeah.
All of you see
Mhm.
a whirlwind of a large storm-like whirlwind of entities that are made from what it looks like to be souls, with
Ah,
faces constantly moaning out of pain.
Ooh.
Okay then.
Mm-hmm. And yes, Hearth, you have now been restrained because of this particular entity.
You know, it dented the armor, damn it.
It doesn't make
blood?
any noises. Yeah, it doesn't make any noises. It is now time for Mysterious Saving Stranger. Oh boy.
Curious Saving Stranger. I wonder who that is.
Well, we don't know yet. Oh wait, I can't do that. I cannot do that. Because that's necromantic, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay.
Real quick, while you're working on that, this storm that's restraining, what's his face? I forget what his name is already. Alduin's brother,
Hearth.
Hearth. Is he lifted into the air by these?
Let me check the description. Picked up. So yes, he's being lifted up.
Okay, so if that's the case, would he be high enough in the air to see over the buildings, perhaps?
Not quite. I know what you're going for. Not quite.
Yeah, I don't want him to see the threat that's coming. That he
No, he
predicted.
can feel it. He can feel that terror.
Oh, he can feel it.
It's deep in his
she's
bones.
exuding that. God, she's so exuding that.
That malice.
Mhm.
That
To the thing, just,
threatening
no offense,
energy.
but I don't think you're the thing that's causing me extra distress. Ow.
Let's see.
No, if you would let me go. No. Okay then.
Oh, this is better. This is better. This is better. Okay. Actually, it is better. Is that? Go to her. They've got to make. Oh. Oh.
It does not sound healthy.
Not to the creature that you were fighting, Moogie. All of a sudden, Moogie, do you see this? A beam of golden light comes not that far away from your face, but from behind you, and hits the thing in front of you. And
Okay.
the person just kind of the red kind of goes kind of flickers and goes to a more dull red, and you start hearing him go, brains.
Right.
Oh my.
Oh my, yes. Oh my. Let's see here. That is
Someone quickly get a plant.
12, 13, 14. Oh yeah.
Speaking of brains, I'm glad you brought that up. That gave that put a little idea in my head.
Let's see here. Yeah. At this point, Vess, Alduin, Hearth, and Rags all see a teeny tiny fairy come flying up.
So tiny.
This is Ginger with a
Again.
very pleased look on her face. Because what she just cast was Feeble Mind.
Oh, nice. Oh, that person.
Oh.
Hold on,
Good
just go
work,
that
and
way.
thanks again for your help.
On a failed save, my creature's intelligence and charisma score becomes 1. A creature
Yeah,
can't cast
that is one
spells,
heck of a
activate
spell.
magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. Hence the reason why he said brains. That's about
Nice.
as much as he can do at this point.
Meanwhile, Hearth's like, oh, that's cool you showed up, but I've got a big bend here. I'm against the belting.
Okay. And that is her go because she has revealed herself. Now it's Rags' go. We just kind of fiddle and faddle and foodle.
Weirdly entertaining to try to simulate the sound of someone being in action in true
We'll be back
agony.
in
Wow. Okay.
I'll be back in just a moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, our impending doom has been delayed.
And all of you hear a definite twang from a very characteristic bow.
Cool.
And yep. Rags actually hit the big guy that Moogie is facing. And on that note, we go back to the top. Now, all of you who are in the back, and this also includes Hearth because you are back there. So that would be Veth, Alduin, Hearth, and Rags. You four roll me a perception check.
Just Hearth, just like, give me a second, can you move aside? I need to see past you, excuse me.
Oh, jeez, I don't think Rags got it.
Oh, 9.
Excuse me, your big noggin's in the head.
No, actually, Rags got it. As low as
Nice.
she rolled.
Oldwin rolled a 18.
Okay, you got it?
Okay, Hearth
I only
just
rolled
had
a
a
9.
straight perception, so... And,
Okay.
and Hearth rolled a 12.
Hearth didn't get it, so this is
Damn.
only perceptible to both Rags and Alduin.
It makes sense for Hearth, though, because it's just kind of like this big thing's in front of him.
Oof! Yeah, Alduin,
Yes?
you don't see Aya or Shazon. They're not with you.
Guys, is it just me, or are we down 2 members?
I think we're definitely down. Where are they?
I don't
Weren't they
know.
right here?
I thought
Oh
they
dear.
were here with
Oh
us.
dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And do you feel that something is off?
Yeah, I feel something. You mean impending doom?
We're always in impending doom.
Well, like more. I
Oh,
think this
well,
thing's
yeah,
pushing metal
that's
into my chest.
yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Like, isn't it just me, or is it kind of familiar kind of impending doom too? Like the evil cackling kind of impending doom.
I'm unfortunately, Max not here to do the impending cackling.
Oh, no. We're stalling.
Well, I don't know what he's doing, so.
We're installing for our impending doom.
Um.
Please hold.
Well, it's the Death Knight's turn.
Oh.
And.
You
The
don't
only
want to hear
person-
those two words put together.
Well, I mean. The only person that he can see right at the moment is Moogie.
Mhm.
So he's gonna try to hit Moogie 3 times. Well, the 2's not gonna hit. The 9 might hit. The 11 might hit. Anybody have Moogie's
Character sheet.
AC? Yeah, character sheet.
It's on the Discord.
That's-
Me
I
look.
mean, in his new form. That's what I was asking.
Oh no, I don't have that.
Yeah, the only person that has that is
Okay.
Mag, and he's not back yet.
Yep.
I am going to stay. Well, we'll just let's see. Okay, that's 18 and 18, and that's when he comes back, the thing has done 36 points to damage to him, and we'll
Okay.
also skip over his turn since he's not back.
Yep.
We'll just get back to him. Drac, it is now your turn.
Yep. Drac is now raged.
Oh, okay. You would like to rage, sir.
Yes, he is going to be raging. So activate 1 rage. He's gonna, like, his axe is already out. It's crackling with this, like, celestial energy. He is going to now charge at the closest creature. And he is going to use his intimidating presence. The creature needs to make a DC 13 check or be frightened until next turn. If the creature is
Okay, so which check, dear heart?
intimidating presence, it's
No.
I'm checking. Needs to succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't read that right. Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
And what was the AC?
DC 13.
He makes it.
Okay, so nothing happens. Okay.
Yeah.
He's still gonna attack though.
Yeah.
So with his great axe, he's gonna roll a hit. That is a 15.
Miss.
Okay, he gets a second attack because he's raged. And that is a 16.
Did you say 16?
Yes.
That is a miss.
Okay, well, he's not happy now.
No, I didn't think he would be happy.
Nope. Let's see what spells does he have. He doesn't have any spells, does he? Oh, yeah.
He won't be able to use any spells
Yeah,
since he's
exactly.
He's already done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep, that's his turn.
That is not how that works.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
now it's the Blackguard's turn. Well, let's see here. And again, they're attacking Moogie, who is not here.
Hear noise coming out of his mic.
I know. 15. That definitely hits. That definitely misses. And that's another That's the first one. That's that. Oh my gosh. Uh, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Not the 14 that would hit, and then neither does the one. Okay, so that's 9, and then the last person. That is 11. That won't hit. That is a 17. Don't know. That definitely does hit. 16. 5. 45. So that's 5. Yeah, okay. Wow. These guys do another potentially 55 more points of damage to him. Which is 91 hit points. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi. We're still waiting on Mag. I do not know what he's doing. Now it's the Invoker's turn. I think they're gonna go get somebody else right at the moment.
I have achieved breakfast. My
Nice.
eggs and bacon are mine.
Okay, let's see here. One Evoker is gonna try to hit you, Vess.
Okay.
Let's see. What is your AC?
16.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Durr. Oh well.
Okay, apologies for taking so long.
That's fine.
We can hear talking on the other end.
Yes, well, since you are gone, you've taken 91 points of damage.
Okay,
And we'll get to
that's
your
fine.
we'll get back to your turn in a minute. And you take 6 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Oh,
On top
that's
of
me
it.
though, I think.
Yeah, that's you, Vess.
Okay.
And the other one's doing a firebolt against Alduin.
Wait, Firebolt against Alduin. Ah!
Vess will sneer at the one that shot him and will be like, "Ha! Is that the best you've got?"
That's fair. Let's see here. Let's 7.
So what's the situation for me?
7 plus 8. That's 15. What is Alduin's AC?
13.
Yeah, he is.
Ow.
That does 4 points of fire damage. It's a tank.
Yeah. Just. Oh no. The Alduin's like, no, not fire, fire, fire! Oh, it didn't hurt that bad actually.
No, it didn't.
Okay. There's a little scorch mark, but I think the lightning thing, I hurt myself with my lightning more than that. Ah.
Yeah. So now we go back to Moogie.
Okay.
This Death Knight and all the blackguards have hit you. So what do you
Alright.
want to do?
Well,
And by the way, tall, dark, and scary is about 30 feet closer.
okay. She's not quite there yet, but she's
No.
closer.
She's closer. I'm going to give her probably. Yeah, we'll discuss that. So what is Moogie doing?
Okay, so who's the closest one to Moogie right now?
Well, it's the guy that's in front of you, who, to be fair, he went from all sneering and just kind of, matching you insult for insult to Brian.
Uh,
Like at the
Moogie is
moment,
going to attack him.
well, at the moment, all when he swung his sword, it looked like he was doing it mechanically, like automatically. So.
Well, Moogie is going to attack him then.
Okay.
The better English boy.
So, make sure I write this down correctly. Okay. And then that plus that. 24.
24.
To hit.
You hit.
Okay, so that would be. So since this is the same. Well, no, because the numbers could always be different.
Yes, they could.
So, yeah. So, again, this is probably going to hurt a lot.
Go for it.
Yes, 38 damage.
38.
Yeah, 38 damage.
Damn. Okay.
And then on my back swing.
He. To be fair, you've taken a chunk out of him.
Oh,
you just
wow.
rolled a 20, didn't you?
No, but I rolled something just as bad.
Oh God.
That's 27 to hit on the second
Yeah,
swing.
you hit. I'm not even going to. Yeah.
Okay. Did I write down the number? Yes, I did. Okay, so the next one is also going to hurt a lot.
Of course it is.
That was the 27.
27. You're right. That does hurt.
So 38 and 27.
I've already done it. Yeah,
Okay.
he is really, really hurt, and he's still going. Brains.
Do I have any other actions I can take?
Has anyone checked player discussions?
No.
Player discussions? Oh, that.
One of the guards that damaged me. How close are they?
Right behind the guys. So, or rather, they're surrounding you.
Okay, so are they all within 5 feet of me?
They certainly are.
Okay, I'm going to use my reaction. And do retaliation. Since I've taken damage from all of them.
On all of them?
Yes.
Okay, I'll allow you to do that since they did technically go after you. So go ahead.
Okay, so I'm only going to be able to use one of my things because it's only a single action.
That's fine. Just,
double attack is two actions.
I will say this. One looks significantly more hurt than the other two.
Then he may die.
Well, that depends. How much damage do you do to him?
Well, let me roll to hit because that's required.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay, so 18 for the guards.
You just hit his AC.
Does that mean that I win?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So was that's 18 for all of them, correct? Since I'm doing a full swing.
Well,
okay.
you said that you can only hit one person.
No, I can only do one hit attack.
Yes, and that only goes.
The reaction only applies to a singular hit. I can't use my secondary action attack for this swing. It's one rotation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it does not allow me to use two swings.
Go ahead.
So, all right. So that means, let me make sure I'm doing this correctly. Okay, so.
I love it.
Okay, so that will mean that. Hold on, have I been adding that up wrong?
I hope not.
No, I'm not. Okay, so that is the correct number. Yes.
Okay.
I'll take this moment.
And you
Yeah. And a bit.
A bit. So they all take 34 damage.
34. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that one that looked really, really hurt looks even more hurt. Okay, so that's you. Drac went. They went. Alduin, it's your turn.
What? Bacon in mouth can't speak.
I caught you in a mouthful.
Oh no.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of fried pork.
Like I took my plate out and then I quickly stole a piece of bacon that was there because I already had my bacon, but there was like 3 extra pieces, so I took one and ate it.
Yep.
But anyways, like goblin. My Alduin time.
Yes, it's Alduin time.
Alduin's gonna quickly. It's like still like that terror radius. It's not gonna get on my brain, and he looks over and sees his brother in trouble. You guys can handle everything else, right? I think I need to save my brother.
You just hear a very loud screaming dwarf.
Oh, yeah, I think you got it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Don't worry, brother. I'll help you. Please hurry. I think it's pushing my armor into my chest.
So because of those 4 moves from the people, I'm assuming Dark and Scary has gotten even closer now.
Yeah, we've been making jokes that we can feel that malice.
Yeah. Alduin, what are you doing?
Like, once again, the choice comes to use his basic attack, or would something come to use here?
That is up to you.
I don't even know what this thing is, to be honest.
No, you don't, actually.
I have an idea, but I'm not sure if it'll work.
Well, execute the idea, and I'll tell you.
Okay. It is, of course, gonna be me using up one of my 6 slots I have for music.
Go for it.
Okay, we're going for it. Alduin is gonna think and seeing the fighting and stuff and realizes he has an idea. Judging by how everything is going, and also, yeah. He quickly sits down and he tries to remember no song, but, you know, of course, it's gonna come to him. He's gonna start playing a tune. I'm gonna roll for how good he does. 26, so he does pretty well.
course he does.
This
He is the bard of the group.
he is the bar. That's his job, damn it. But
Uh-huh.
he basically is playing a song. It's basically a way to pacify things. It's a song of
Uh-huh.
pacification, or also known as the song of calming.
Very interesting. Do they have to roll anything against this?
Yeah. Well, you could if they, of course, don't want to be pacified. Yeah.
Just tell me.
Let's say they have to roll a wisdom on it.
Okay.
Against his roll. AKA they have to
26.
roll, yeah, they have to roll
Okay.
against my 26.
Oh yeah, they don't.
Yeah. It basically works on pretty much everything around him. It's because it's a radius ability, but of course it's a concentration, of course.
So you have to keep playing in order
Yeah.
to keep them calm. Okay.
Like once they're pacified, I doubt they'll go back into anger unless they really want to beat somebody up.
Well, yeah. And that is your turn, right?
Yeah.
Question,
Also
does
probably
it-
work on
does it-
teammates.
So Drax no longer raged.
You have to roll against it.
Okay.
No.
No?
Oh, you're
Eh.
ruling it negates.
Well,
Mhm.
Drac was already in rage, and
Okay.
but that's not what they're going through. What Drac is going through are going to be two completely different.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay, I understand.
It is a very calming sound music, though. Very calming.
Yeah, Drac, you do hear it, but you
too
hear it.
mad.
But it
Mhm.
the sudden rage that you felt is gone, but you still feel rage against this thing that has now just hit like all your friends.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just hoping this comes to the effect I would want, or at least will ease everything up.
Yeah. Okay.
Hearth, let's go. Really? Playing a song will help? Oh, I feel a little calm now, thank you. But still.
Hang on. It's not its turn yet.
Yeah.
Vest, it is now your turn.
Okay. First things first, I really should have done a concentration saving throw for my
Mhm.
sickening radiance when I took damage, so I'm going to do that real quick.
Yeah.
Now I have to write down the song.
I just rolled a 10, so I just got it.
You just got it. Yep.
Vess is he's gonna keep his attention on the evoker that attacked him.
Uh-huh.
And
What are you
he'll
doing?
say, "This is how you do magic." And then he's gonna throw all of his Eldritch blasts at him.
Go for it.
One for you, one for you, one for you.
Oh Lord.
Let's see.
Remember, there's only two of them.
Well, after
'cause
this,
one of them's
hopefully
dead.
there'll only be one of them.
I know.
You
Just-
get an Eldritch
just-
Blast, and you get an
You
Eldritch
get an
Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Yep.
We all get an Eldritch Blast.
That's free!
All right.
What's the price? Nothing. It's for free.
So,
For free.
does an 18 hit?
Let's see here.
No, not even an 18, a 12.
A 12.
12, yeah. I mean, I don't mind if
Ew.
this one misses. It also only does 1 damage, even if it hits. So
Okay, so is that the first one?
that's the first one.
Yeah, it. Well, you throw the Eldritch Blast, and you notice that he's wearing that you see green like armor, kind of. It pings off of a green like armor that kind of
Okay,
it
like a
shimmers
mage
and then it goes
armor?
away. Yeah.
Mage armor effect. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that one's a 24
That
Oh.
hits
for 7 damage,
for 7 damage. Wow. Okay.
and then the last one is a 19 to hit for 1 damage. Wow, that was unspectacular.
Wow, you tanked. You so tanked. He's still up. This is how you do it. Whoosh, bounce.
Vess is just like
Whoosh, tink,
frantically
tink, tink,
throwing
tink.
like he's clearly like his recent like change has like made him overly aggressive. So
Yeah, well, and that's your go, right?
yep. Oh,
Okay.
actually, wait. One more thing. Bonus action. I'm gonna spend some of my healing light on myself to raise my hit points.
All right. You may do that.
I love how
I-
like everyone's fighting for their lives. They want Oldwin. Let me show you a real cool tune I learned.
let's see.
While you're figuring that out, we'll move on to the next person, which is
Sounds good.
Hearth.
Hearth just can't do much here.
Hearth, I am going
Yeah.
to allow you to try to roll out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give you advantage because the thing that your brother is doing seems to be calming down whatever this is.
Oh, nice. Okay, let me. What does he need to roll to get out of this?
A
situation?
strength saving throw
Oh, he can roll a strength saving throw.
with
Is it-
advantage.
Yes, with advantage, so he gets rolled twice.
Shoot. I guess I have to do it each time.
Oh, damn! Thank God he had advantage because he got a 26 on my second roll.
You managed to make out.
He
You
goes,
managed to break free
Yeah.
of them.
He goes, okay, whatever you did, it's working. How long can you play that? For as long as the song goes? How much longer? I don't know. I don't remember fully. Once I forget the rest, then I guess it's done. Don't distract me too hard. You're just gonna keep playing that? It's helping.
So Hearth, you've now done that.
Oof. My
What
chest.
do you do?
Arth just goes, okay, I don't want to mess with that. 'Cause he realizes if he hits it, it probably will disrupt the calming effect. So he's just like,
That's
okay.
a safe. Yeah, that's a safe bet.
But he's going to actually, yeah. Hearth ain't that down yet. I don't think. Yeah. Oh, what is happening? I made a mispress. Yeah, Hearth is like, okay, yep, I forgot. Oh, like he grabs his armor chest plate a little bit and like buffs it out real quick by trying to like get the dent that's stabbing into his chest off. That's more of a character thing now. He goes, okay, ow, okay. I'm going to, for one, I'm going to use my play on hands on myself. I think I can do that, right?
Yes.
I'm just going to do it for 10 HP because I just want at least to have 60 health.
You can do that.
We're gonna heal.
Is that your bonus action?
Yeah, he's gonna do that.
Okay.
I don't want to be too like willy nilly with it, but gotta
That's
keep
fine.
myself-
But what are you do after you do that? What are you doing? Are you attacking anything?
Yeah, sure. He's going to focus on. What's the closest thing to Hen? He's a little bit far back, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you could move.
Well, yeah. But like, okay, fine. What's the most damaged looking enemy? Because he wants to pick that off quickly.
That would be the thing that Moogie's fighting.
Oh.
Big, dumb, and stupid.
Yeah, big and stupid right at the moment because he keeps going brains with the
Well,
sword.
okay. Actually, then he's gonna. What's the second most damaged?
Second most damaged?
Yeah.
I
Actually,
would think
one
that's
of
both of the invokers, right?
the yes,
Okay. But they're further back.
yeah, they're further back. One of the guards that's surrounding him also looks damaged.
Oh, he's gonna go for that guard.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, I forgot. Did I just roll straight roll for this?
To hit him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, straight roll, go. Ah, fuck. Rolled a 10.
Yeah, I don't think you hit him.
He's just like, well, yeah. The pain in the searing pain in his chest is distracting.
No, you just didn't hit his AC.
Yeah, I love the idea. Like he goes to like swing, but then the guard sees a coin on the ground. Ooh, and I'm in the middle of battle. Ooh, a coin. Boom.
Yep. Okay, so that's your go. And now it's the Wayard's go, because that's what the thing is. It is.
I would like to point out that it may or may not be still within the sickening radiance. I don't know if it moved.
No, actually, it has not moved.
Okay. Whoop-whoop. It is entitled to a con 16 saving throw when it starts its turn.
That's fine. Con 16, did you say?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he failed it.
Okay.
Or rather, it failed it because.
Takes a level of exhaustion, and I'll roll the damage in a second.
What? What kind of damage is this? This is still radiant, right?
Radiance. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
40.
Then we're fine. Then we're fine.
15 radiant damage.
15.
Yep. I kind of picture it has like an aging / entropic effect. So
Yeah, I can see that. For right now, because it is calmed, even though it just got hit. It's not going to do. It's going to sit there and make moaning noises.
rule. Bonus action.
You know, the life is a little less pain, but it's still pain.
Yeah. And now it is Ginger's turn.
It's literally listening to like nice music while you're horribly sick.
Yes, it is.
Like it's just nice, but
Oh, let's see. What is she going to do? Oh yeah, she'll do that. Yeah, she'll do that. Um. Holy cannoli. Thank you. Oh my gosh. How would I like to do this? Well, this was intending to help Moogie out, but Moogie, you see another this was a bluish light streak past you and hit the guy that you've been hitting,
Right.
and he immediately goes down.
Ooch.
Yeah, she just cast guiding bolt and did 25 points damage, which was the exact hit points he actually had.
Okay, one moment.
oh no.
So we just got an alert that says someone by the name of TD just purchased 3 items from the store. Congratulations.
Aw, cool.
It was the Moogie mug, an RTE Studios pullover hoodie, and the Star Trek Delta phone case. Don't know which one.
Very cool.
Okay, so that was Ginger. Ginger again has a humongous smile on her face. Yes! I actually killed something. Oh, I killed something.
Don't think too hard about it, Heart says.
You see the I think this is the fairy. You see her kind of going, she's small, kind of going down, going, oh, okay.
It's not as bad as what Alduin does to most people he attacks. Hey, don't make me think about that when I'm playing.
So that's her go. Rags is now switching targets, as you do. And she whiffs completely. Jeez. That is her go.
Okay. Apologies once again.
That's fine. It's fortunate that you came back right now.
Oh no. Dun, dun. What's that menacing music I hear? Dun, dun. Oh no. No,
Yeah,
no, no.
all of a sudden, all the music goes quiet, and all you hear is the background noises. As something is coming from behind you.
Alduin's finding it hard to continuously play.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I need it. I can't frick up the note. Okay, I didn't frick up the note. Brother, can you check behind me? I can't look away from the strings right now. He looks behind.
Mm-hmm.
Look behind you. You see this, an OOC, walking towards you.
Not this shit again. Brother. Yes? You got any more tricks up your sleeve? I can only remember one song at the time. You want me to stop playing? Well, not
Trailing
really, but
behind this entity.
play harder.
Can we post that picture up? Or are you working on it, Drag?
I am working on it. Give me one.
Okay.
So
Oh.
behind
harder.
this entity are what looks like a small band of skeletons with their souls moving in and out of their bony cages.
Ooh.
Brother, yes? What is it? You may want to, like... you got anything that would, like, help the situation? Is there something bad behind me? Oh, yes, maybe.
I love it. Yes, folks, this is what the party sees.
Yeah, guys, there's a little bit of an issue. Behind us. Well, in front of me, behind you guys. Guys! Hearth is, like, waving his arms.
Leilani, you have them in the perfect pincher movement. There are people in front of them, and there's you behind them. What do you want to do?
Brother, you're gonna have to freaking play something different. I don't know. Don't stress me out. He says,
Glad
he's kind of
you asked.
his fingers stutter a little bit. You can hear one of the notes like go with a really loud twang for a second as he loses it for a second.
When you do this, I'm going to have Leilana also roll me a perception check. But do what you need to do.
I'm kind of nervous, to be honest, for my characters. Well, for everyone's characters. So my nervousness is translating to them.
What do I want to do?
Anything you want, dear Hurt.
Anything you say.
Well, within reason. Within reason. Now, come on.
You forget who you're talking to.
I never for once forgot who I was talking to, dear Hurt.
So, because of this particular moment, how far away is Alduin?
No, the boy. He's probably in the
Hearth?
middle. He's probably in the middle of the group.
Like,
And
how
Hearth-
far away from me are they?
That'd be
Okay.
more
Well, there's two separate groups. Moogie and Dracathio, or
Alduin and Hearth. How far away are they from me?
well, actually, Hearth has moved up. Hearth is also engaging the front group.
Yeah.
So who you've got back here is Alduin, a fairy, which you have absolutely no idea who this particular individual is. You see Rag. That's who's in the back with you.
I guess there's also
And
red
Dark
kobold
Mess.
in Vessa's clothes.
Yeah, there's a strange kobold in Vesta's clothes.
So, but is Alduin within 60 feet of me?
Well, they're all within 60 feet of you.
Yeah.
Oh, all of them are.
Alduin's probably
Ooh.
closer though.
Oh yeah.
Yummy,
further
yummy,
back.
yummy.
Like Alduin was
Okay.
further back, so I imagine he's the closest, unfortunately. But Hearth was moving a little back just to make sure no one flanked. But now this is the issue at hand.
So Hearth and Alduin are within 60 feet of me then.
Yes.
Well, Alduin is. Hearth probably isn't.
Yeah, Hearth is.
Then
Hearth-
I'm going to be targeting both Alduin and this strange kobold who I don't recognize. But he's with the party, so obviously he's a threat.
Yes, obviously he's a threat.
And I'm going to be using Twin Spell,
Ooh.
Aha.
and I'm casting Finger of Death on them both.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh
Both of
shit.
you need to roll a Constitution saving throw of 17 or higher.
Okay, I know what's gonna happen though. I have everything planned in the back of my head, in the far
Actually-
depths of my brain cellar.
That was Alduin and Vess, right?
Alduin and Vess, yes.
Oh.
Constitution isn't too good. Oh no, he rolled 6. Oh my boy!
Well, you failed.
My son.
I'm waiting on you. Vess.
Oh, I rolled a 5.
Oh,
Oh! Oh,
Owie.
Jesus!
we're
Okay,
we're
yeah,
about to be
you-
sent to the Shadow Realm.
No,
Uh,
you're not.
I love how the music, the background lyrics for the music are say. If you listen closely, it's saying in the background of the music, "We're effed"
Oh no.
as Leilana's battle track.
Well, it's probably too late. I needed to declare that before. I made
Well,
a
like
save.
I know what's gonna happen. Don't worry, I'm not that nervous because I have a plot idea or something. But yeah.
oh, you should be.
Well, it's more of if something happens to Alduin, Alduin has many tricks up his sleeve, and also someone else.
Oh,
with
don't
the-
worry. The storyteller also has tricks up her sleeve.
We all have
So
we all
both
have tricks.
Alduin and Vess take 69 necrotic damage straight to the
Nice.
Yep, Alduin will not survive that. Here we go, because he only has 56.
You
Oh,
said
shit.
So
69?
that means that
69.
you are. So does that mean that he's
Ooh.
killed by the spell?
Basically, you see this
Possibly.
beam hit Alduin,
Well,
and
no,
yeah.
it does not mean that he's killed. It means that he
Ouch.
has gone unconscious.
Yeah, and I have a plan. So you probably have a plan. We all have a plan.
Well, Vess
Okay.
actually he healed up enough that did not slay him. So he still has hit points left.
But yeah, it hits Alduin, and just you hear the loud twanging
Oh,
noise
Levin,
of his loot collapsing
if you
to the
had
floor.
any tricks, we will definitely take that.
Like Alduin was sitting, but yeah, his loot goes sliding away from him as he collapses to the floor, and Hearth goes, "No, no, 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 no! You fucking
So,
no,
uh,
no, no!" Like
that means
like
that
Hearth runs up to Alduin and collapses on the floor.
now question. Now they're all facing away from me, correct?
Not all of them are facing away from you.
Okay,
Rags,
who's facing away
Rags
from me?
has turned. Well, Rags did turn around and saw you and uttered the smallest "oh dear" that you have ever heard her utter.
So who is facing away from me right now?
That is your brother Moogie. Hearth currently, although he has noticed that something is going on behind him.
He's mainly looking at his brother, not you.
Is Ginger
he's literally
facing
hunched
away
over him
from
now.
me? The fairy.
Yes.
She
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Then I
She-
am going to use
dear.
reaction opportunity attack since she's not facing me. And I am going to cast. Once I figure out which one it is. This little fairy's fixing to get herself mangled horribly.
Really?
Probably. She needs to roll a dexterity saving throw of 17.
30 saving throw?
Dexterity
Oh.
saving throw
Yeah.
of 17.
He rolled a nat 20.
So she'll take half damage, but this is probably still going to hurt.
You'd think.
Once I put the appropriate numbers in here. Okay. He takes half of 49 in fire damage. Whatever half of 49 is.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out right at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Because I just threw burning hands at her at level 9.
1 or 3. Yeah, that's 24 points.
Yep. Hey, 24 points of fire damage still hurts.
Yep, but she's still up.
So that is, yeah.
And Leilana, do you say anything?
No, she doesn't. She
Okay.
remains quiet.
All right.
No. Cool. Oh, I'm getting a little emotional here in the chest.
Oh yeah.
His heart is like over his brother. Just you can't die on me, damn it! No, 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 no. This is no. Fuck no. Also, there's a
Mookie?
black pool forming under
Yep.
the boy.
You just heard a whole lot of noises coming from behind you,
He turns around.
and a very familiar, malevolent aura.
But she doesn't recognize this Azamar.
No, she does not. But Moogie, you recognize her.
Well. An Azamar. And you're not covered in black. How strange. Let's fix that, shall we?
And also just Alduin with a black pool in the corner and heart just dying over it.
We'll deal with that in a minute.
Okay.
I want to see how this plays out.
I'm a little excited, so yeah. I'm a little bouncy.
So I'm curious when they picked up an Azamar as part of their group. How very intriguing. Minions, restrain him. I want to investigate him myself.
The minions start going forward. And about 30 feet from you, Moogie, it's weird. They come for you, and it's like they're stopped by something.
Most peculiar. They always were weaklings in the first place. Now, little Azamar, how about we dance, shall we? And she's going
I am DMing you.
Okay.
Do with that with what you will.
For our audience who are watching, if you'd like to participate in this poll to see who will win, instructions are now in chat. The poll will last for the next 5 minutes.
Bet your schnickles. Well, this is getting a little emotional, guys. Don't tell me this would be a mentally tasking. Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So I'm assuming he has it inconspicuously strapped somewhere to his body and it just hasn't been seen yet.
Yes.
Well, Moogie's gonna make his move then.
Okay, he's next.
Moogie is going to perform an aerial tackle.
Oh, good.
And he's gonna charge straight for, well, this malevolent figure. He's not saying anything. He's not gonna mention who he is, but he is going to charge at her and do an aerial tackle.
Yeah. Even though Leilana doesn't recognize Moogie, Moogie definitely recognizes it.
Oh,
Goes
yes.
to the other. Oh yes. Oh, now you get to roll dice against yourself, and I'm glad
Pretty
you're
much.
doing it and not me.
Pretty much. Okay. So I need to roll a what for this? Well, I've never used an aerial tackle type thing, so I don't know what to roll against
That's
it.
fine. That's fine. You don't have to worry about that. I was reacting to something in chat. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So do I need to roll a grapple against a grapple?
Yes. You're rolling. It's an opposed grapple check, so you're
So-
technically rolling against yourself.
Well, so is it a strength thing or is it a dexterity thing?
It's a strength thing.
Oh. Okay. So Moogie's gonna roll. That surprisingly okay. Moogie might lose on this because I just rolled a 2 plus his strength. That's a 14. Okay. 14 versus 14.
Okay, I do believe.
Wouldn't Moogie have advantage since he's airborne?
Well, it's not that. I do believe Mookie actually has the higher strength bonus,
Yeah, he does.
so Mookie wins.
So you guys see Mookie basically impale this malevolent creature and whisk her away from the battle, like off in the
Whee!
distance.
Whee!
Blasting off again. The star effect.
Whee!
Very good.
Moogie is going to basically slam her full force into a building,
Mm-hmm.
causing the wall of the building to collapse on top
Okay.
of her.
All right. Um.
So what next?
Uh. Hmm. Hmm.
Do we continue with this scene? Do we go to another scene? What's going on? Hey, what's going on?
We take a break and eat some pickles.
Pickles.
Drag, it is now your turn.
Drac is going to take out his reach into his pocket. He's going to clutch the stone, and he's going to say, "A little help would be appreciated," whispering. And that message is going to our lovely winged
Yes,
friend.
I know what you're doing.
Oh. Oh, jeez. Oof.
Um. uh, are you doing anything else? There are still 3 guards and 2 invokers.
Yes, I'm going to be swinging at the ones that have, I'm assuming, don't look as damaged.
Yes.
Yep. So let me roll for that. Give me a moment. Exclamation mark. Oh, hold on. Where's my character sheet? There you are, Cathio. Still raged, so he's gonna roll to hit. That is a 27.
To hit the black guards?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, rolling damage. That is 7 to hit plus 4. So 7 plus 4 is
11.
11 damage. That's the first hit.
I'm gonna DM you real quick, Trish.
Okay.
I have to roll again to hit again, because he's doing another attack.
Yep.
That's a 15 to hit. I don't know if that hits.
That does not hit.
Alright. And, before the end of his turn, he's going to use his bonus action
Okay.
to turn, look at Leilana.
Who's no longer there?
Okay, well, look in the direction of that thing, and
Well,
if...
okay. This is what you see.
Yep.
You see the
Darn.
shapes of Leilana and Moogie at great speed flying
Okay.
off towards the building.
Well, he's
So-
going to target one of those shapes, and he's going to lay Hunter's Mark on the shape that looks like it's Leilana. If you'll allow that.
Yes. I
Okay.
will allow that.
So he has Hunter's Mark enabled on Leilana. Cool.
In that moment, you lay the hunter's mark on Leilana.
Mm-hmm.
You hear this awful ringing sound in the back of your skull. It's causing a minor headache.
Constitution saving throw?
Nope. You don't
Okay.
need to you don't need to roll
Oh,
anything.
okay.
But, and you hear what sounds like someone knocking on a door in the back of your head.
In the mind space. He is in his mind space. There's a dwarf working on his forge. He turns around, looks at the door, and turns back to his forge and continues working on it. He's choosing to ignore the door.
Big mistake. The door gets broken open. And this lumbering black mass of corpses and black goo and just these weird, piercing, golden amber eyes walks through and sits down on your couch.
Oh no.
Okay.
Tricathio is going to pick up his great axe from his
In his mind space.
from his forge, and he's gonna turn to this malice of a creature, and he's gonna say, "What do you want, fiend?"
Fiend, is that any way to talk to the one who answered your call? The one you made a deal with? Come
Yeah.
now.
It's him!
It's
He
him.
he doesn't recognize him because it's the first time he's seen him. So that's how Drac reacts.
It's Baal, mortal. The god of death and chaos. I answered call for healing your party.
Drac lowers his axe.
We struck a deal and I'm cashing in. I want to see how this mess plays out.
What can I do for
So-
you, Bal?
Oh, it's not what you can do for me. It's what I can do for you. And he reaches out with a long black tendril and it wraps around your skull and you feel your entire body start changing.
Oh
You're
no.
growing in size.
Oh no.
Yep.
Your whole now this is happening outside of the body. Your whole body is growing like large. You're now a giant werewolf beast with black eyes.
A giant werewolf dwarf. Okay.
No,
then.
bigger than a normal werewolf. He's like
That
3 times the size.
tracks. Yeah, that tracks.
So
Abandoned dwarf
have
hood.
fun and go nuts while I watch through your eyes. Go on, little puppy dog. Play with your treats.
He just snarls. And you
Yeah.
just see this coming at...
Let me get an appropriate picture for you guys.
Oh, I have one.
So Drac, because
Yep.
this has happened to you, all on your turn, mind you,
Yep.
I'm going to grant you
Mm-hmm.
2 more attacks.
Very well. Drac is going to.
And do the advantage because you heard how very
Advantage.
large size and very,
Yes.
very, very, very mean.
Yep. So these are unarmed strikes.
Mm-hmm.
That is a. Hold on, let me roll again. So that's a 23 to hit,
You hit.
and that's 5 points of bludgeoning. And then rolling again because it's a second attack with advantage. That's, let me see again. 26 to hit.
You hit.
Another 5 points of bludgeoning.
Yeah, the one that you've been, beating into a bloody pulp, he
Yep.
is being beaten into a bloody pulp.
Yep.
Just kind of whack, whack,
For an
whack, whack.
appropriate image, this is what everyone sees that he has turned into.
Oh, very big. Very cool.
Oof.
Wow.
Instead
Okay.
of Blackguard werewolf.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. Let's see here. It is now the Blackguard's turn. The only person that they see in front of them, because the person that they were attacking, it strangely is no longer there, and now they've got this wolf creature.
Very big. Very scary.
Very big, very scary wolf creature. So I am going to do that. I am going to. What is your AC, Drac?
1 moment. My AC is 16.
By the way, I need to DM you real quick, Trish, about this particular instance.
Okay. The first. This is. Yeah, the first one hits. The second one hit. The third one hits. This is all for one person. So that is 27 points of damage for the first Blackguard.
Yep.
Oh, well, that one doesn't hit. 18. Well. You said, what's your AC?
16.
Yeah. You get hit 2 more times. That is 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage.
Okay, that's for the second guy.
How much damage did I take for the first one?
27.
27. Thank you.
There you go.
Yep.
Hang on. Oh dear. Okay.
You
well,
see,
that's
his fur is
that-
very
that-
bloodied.
yes. That's a special case.
Yeah,
That
that's
would
why.
hit.
That's what that last part's important for the DM that I sent you.
Yes, I understand that. So you take another 9. You take 9 points to hit that point, and I rolled a natural 20,
Ooh.
Okay.
which I'm actually going to roll that damage
Okay.
That's raisins.
because reasons. Let's see. 14 plus 4. That's 18 points of damage.
Another
So
18.
that's another 27 points of damage off of 2 hits.
His eyes are kind of like glowing red, like he is turning into a full-on monster. He has no more control over himself. He's losing himself to Bal.
Pretty much.
Yep.
I'll give you guys a hint. The energy flowing through him is not normal energy.
Oh yeah. And Bao, you just saw this happening, and you're delighting in it.
There is a caustic grin on multiple corpses of Bal's body.
Oh yeah. Although you, as you're looking through his eyes, you are aware of there's a thing behind you that you're very interested in. It's making noises like thousands of voices together and stuff. And you were taking note of the battlefield, and oh, I like that. That's a nice new toy.
Nice new toy.
Exactly, Kenny. Exactly. That's what's happening here.
So that was the black cards. Oh god. Let's see. Drac went.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's the evoker's turn.
Yay.
Let's see. I'm going to have them roll because Leilana just showed up on the field. They could see her. So I'm gonna roll. Oh Lord. One is cowering, or one was cowering. The other one did not. So that one actually is going to do stuff. Firebolt to Vest.
Oh,
Yeah. Just
AC 16.
9.
Oh, I must answer nature's call. Be right back.
That's
Oh,
fine.
no. It's a lot of them.
I just hit your AC.
Okay.
And I did 2 points of damage.
Pink.
Very much, it was kind of, crap. I mean, it hit you. You got a little
Yeah,
singed.
I mean, hey, it'll add up. To be honest, I'm pretty low in hit points, so.
Okay. That was their go. Yeah. Alduin,
Yeah.
it is now your turn.
Yay! Things can happen now.
You're going to hear voices.
Oh no. Also, the black goop is now just a huge puddle under him. Looks like a black hole. What looks like a hole. That's perhaps what it looks like when he's what's forming under him. So yeah. Where are you going with these voices?
Well, you just hear this one voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Text. My normal reaction when people text me while I'm in the middle of something. Who the heck? When my reaction when the DM texts me. Oh, what is this?
Exactly.
It's always like when you're being texted in the middle of something that
Okay.
isn't important or related to what you're doing. It's always just like, who the hell?
Alright, I am back.
disturbs me.
Sorry about that.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
Oh
That is what you hear in your head.
Yeah. He's a little. That's not exactly what Dark Matter would say at the moment, but yeah.
At
It's
this
a
point, I'm
feeling.
going to overrule you, and yes, that is what he says.
Damn it! My character, my rule. Anyways.
Well, it's for a specific purpose.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, she's retconning it for a purpose.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I will accept that one overthrow to how his personality is. His very complicated personality.
Well,
He's got issues.
it's not only does he have issues, but it does sound like that there's another person, like, Alduin, you feel like that there are two entities trying to talk to you, but only one of them is speaking, and you know, one of them is Dark Matter, and the other one you feel is also very familiar and is just kind of doing the teacher stare at Dark Matter.
Just what?
Basically.
Just what? I'm in a mood. Still got donuts stuck in my fur. So yeah.
So do with that with what you will.
Yeah.
You since you are down, you do have to roll a death saving throw.
Yes. My favorite. Forgot what you roll for that. Ah, jeez.
It's just roll me a d20, and if you get above a 10, you make your death saving throw.
I'm not sure if I want to roll with my normal, because I can't tell which of these dice will treat me well. The real dice or the digital dice?
It is up to you to what you roll. Just roll.
I trust. Oh fuck! I got 7.
Oh, that's your first failed death saving throw. The first one. You get 3 chances, okay?
Yeah. If I do have a backup plan if something goes wrong, though. So.
All right. So, Alduin, that is you. Beth.
Oh, my turn?
Yep.
All right. So the skeletons that came up, did they have a chance to advance on the group yet, or?
Yes, they went past you because they were going towards Moogie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Shoot.
But they got stopped by something.
Oh, okay. So they're stopped a distance out, or?
Yes. But they
Okay.
are beyond you, but not that far beyond you.
All right. Vess is going to shift his focus to them.
Okay. What do
And
you want to do?
he's going to say, "Wait your turn," and he's gonna like pull the energy back from the sickening radiance. back to his
This
hand.
vest is a little more aggressive than I
Yes.
remember.
Ah, yes.
And then
reached
he's
the
going to
teen stage.
he's going to clap his hands together and spread them and cause a wall of light to erupt through. I don't know if they're circling somebody or if they're just like
Nope,
where they
nope,
are.
they're
We're
just
walking
there.
towards
Yeah.
Moogie.
Okay. It's gonna spring up. I want to spring up so that the leading edge of that crowd is inside the wall, so that they like suffer the effects of that.
These are skeletons. They're not going to have that many hit points.
No, they're actually just common servants. So they really don't. Their only purpose is to bring food and whatnot to.
There's a lot of them though, right?
Nope, there's like 4.
4.
Yep, there's only 4 minions.
You know, maybe I'll retcon that a little bit, and he'll just Eldritch Blast them.
Go for it, dude. Yeah,
So
they don't really have all that many hit points, so go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the sickening radiance up because I would have to end that if I was gonna do another concentration spell. So I'll leave that up. Vess will just like focus on them and start peppering them with golden energy.
Okay.
So I will roll that in the Avray bot. So first skeleton hit for 23 for 10 damage. Yikes.
Go ahead.
Hey, Crumples.
Yep, he does.
Second skeleton
Blasted.
only hit a 15 for
He
6
hits.
damage.
He
6
hits.
damage.
Yeah, as I said, these things don't have. Go ahead.
And last skeleton hit a 26 for 7 damage.
Hey, Crumples.
Yep.
Okay.
All 3 of those. Yep.
There's 4 of them, but yeah,
Yeah.
he basically killed all.
He was only able to hit 3.
And
The 3 that you destroyed, you see their souls leave the body, the skeletons, and join the soul storm above your head. Because
He'll
it's still
watch-
technically there. It hasn't dissipated yet, as far as I
He'll,
know.
No, it
he'll
has
scowl
not.
as he watches them go up, and then he'll lock his eyes with the last skeleton and be like,
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay.
Also, bonus action healing light as like some of that lingering regenerative energy kind of heals him up a bit more. But otherwise, that's my turn.
All right, Hearth. It is now your turn.
Oh no, poor buddy.
You've just seen your brother go down,
Yes.
and you feel with your
Mhm.
intuitive link between both of you, you feel him slipping away.
And this reminds him of something very familiar.
Mm-hmm. It
But it's
does.
quite the reversal of what happened before.
Mm-hmm.
No, this can't. No. No. No, you can't. What am I supposed to do? No. Fucking. He's he's a little hysterical at the moment. Oh no. Oh no, the big boy's having a cry.
True.
How dare he? Meanwhile, because I have a meanwhile.
Well, you do have a meanwhile.
I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say, but I feel like you're gonna segue before I can.
Lemon.
How dare you with the lemons? Too many lemons. We got a lemon room for a reason. Don't take the lemons out of the lemon room. It's too many. Ah! Anyways. Drowning calls lemon. I like lemons. But distractions aside, with lemons. The lemons! But yeah. Something is lightly watching in the background
Yes.
as this is happening.
Yes, it is. And at heart, you hear that in your head.
There you go. I need to go read it
Hit monkey duck.
He hears that and just thinking, how am I supposed to know that? No, you can't. I'm going to.
This thing that's over your head,
Yeah.
when it's turn. It didn't do anything last turn. It starts to fly off in the direction of a brother and sister actually
Oh, dang.
fighting, but it can't go very fast.
I also rolled something secretly for Hearth.
Okay.
He rolled pretty good, so he actually
Yep.
starts slightly calming down.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright. But yeah, now you can continue.
Alright. So this thing, whatever it is, starts floating off into the direction of where Boogie and Leilana are fighting. Ginger is having a panic attack, so she's not gonna, Yes, she is having a full-blown panic attack.
Oh no.
I would too if I got attacked by someone I couldn't see.
Well, no, she did turn around just as you fired off whatever it was that you fired off at her. So she's having a minor panic attack. Let's see, what is Rags is going to fire. I think she hit. Just go to here and to. She did. There we go. And woohoo! Let's see, that's 8, 14. Yeah, that's her. Leilana.
Yep.
It is now your turn. This Asimar, the audacity of this Asimar, has now just grappled you. And has brought down a whole building on top of you. What do you do?
He calmly stands up in the rubble, bricks and pieces of stone falling off.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna say a very iconic line.
I thought she might.
So, you have chosen death.
Damn.
And she is going to cast. Let's see. Yes, she's going to cast. And she's going to use Twin Spell. And she's targeting both at Moogie.
Uh-huh.
He has to make a dexterity saving throw twice of 17 because. This is
Oh,
gonna
boy.
hurt. This is gonna hurt. Okay.
You do realize you're hurting your own character here.
Oh! That's a dirty 20 for the first one.
Okay.
And you failed the second one. So the second one's gonna hit. So
Well, the
yeah,
first
she's casting a lightning bolt at him.
Twice.
Yeah, but he's gonna avoid one.
Mm-hmm.
So that is. Okay, so. Cat. eh, be, de, and de.
Yeah.
54 lightning damage straight to the face.
Oh.
But he dodged the other one, so. But he does take half damage, so let me roll that one for half damage. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Scroll up. Let's see. Lightning bolt. Okay, creature takes 8. Okay, so that means I need to roll the second one, which is 4. Okay. So I'll roll the second one real quick.
Why are you following me?
Bacon. So half of 58 is. What the hell is half of 58? 20. It's not 24. Is it 23?
Yes. I think so.
23?
I think so.
So 23 lightning damage. So effectively
Oh, I think Lemma said it was 29.
29. Okay.
Okay.
So plus 20, that's 10, 13. So he's effectively he's taken 83 total lightning damage to his health.
Okay.
Ouch! Moogie is not doing so good now.
He
He's-
was
he's
before,
now-
now he's not.
He's now down in the lower hundreds of health.
Oh, only the lower hundreds of health.
I mean, like, roughly 118, 119.
Okay.
And for Moogie, that's kind of bad.
Moogie, it is now your turn, and I would suggest the thing that I just
That you DM'd me, yes.
yeah.
He's going to draw the staff from his back, and he's going to lunge at her. Full speed.
Are you attempting to get it into her hand, or
He's
just
forcing her to take it into her hands.
okay? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Go
we have
for
a new
it.
prediction up in the channel. Will our poor Moogie make it?
So that I'm assuming it's a strength roll.
Let's find
Yeah.
out.
That is a 30, and she's going to roll to contest it, which her strength is shit.
Oh, she's not as strong as her brother.
3.
Yep, she's not as strong as her brother.
She failed.
Leilana, as soon as you get a hold of this staff, and this staff, you recognize it as the staff of hope and family. And I'll give you the take a picture and give you the details. I've done this once before with you.
I think I don't have that photo anymore.
Yeah,
I had to
I'll
clear some stuff out.
yeah, I'll send it back. I'll send another one to you. Although, you know, everything that you originally had, except for one new thing. As soon as your hand grips the staff, the voice, that evil voice that has been in your head this entire time, leaves your mind. It is banished in a puff of white light. Your body is enveloped in a white light.
Damn.
All right, let's find an appropriate picture.
Yep. No, not that one. And Trek, while I love the picture,
Yeah, I know.
Like
I'm still waiting for a picture to come in.
well, I like the picture that you have. Never mind.
I'm trying to find something that would be fitting for this, since she's not being turned into an Azamar, she's just being uncorrupted.
Well, because she has never actually been demigod status, no, she wouldn't be an Asmar.
Oh, she would be?
No, because she was never a demigod status, like Moogie. She would not be an Asmar. At least not yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. You had a picture a while back where she had white hair and
I have a picture.
Okay, let's see here. Did I post that a while back? I don't remember if I did or didn't.
you did. The first time she went good.
I don't remember how far back that is.
I think Kenny still has that particular picture.
Well, go ahead and repost it, Kenny, because I forgot what it looks like.
Well, that wasn't exactly the picture I was thinking of, but that will do.
Duck. Oh.
Cabbages, cabbages, cabbages.
No.
It's up on the stream right now.
Oh,
Yeah, I like it.
I would have to load the stream real quick to look at that.
You don't have to.
Because
If you could-
I need to, because I can't remember what it looks like. Here it is. On this, you sure it's loaded up on the stream?
Yep,
I see it.
I see it.
Stupid ads.
Silly ad.
Oh, well, getting in my
Oh
way.
dear. Okay. Okay, that works. That works. Yeah. Alright then. So what now?
Well, that is up to you, Leilana.
So, you come back to your senses yet? Or do I still need to give you a beating? Her eyes flare open. What the hell? Who? What's going on? Where am I? Well, you're in Anthem. And who the bloody hell are you?
Yes.
Well, we'll talk about that later. For now, our friends need your help. Big time.
Okay. You didn't do a perception roll while you were still evil.
Nope.
I'm going to let you do a perception roll now because with everything that went on, your brain is now just catching up with the rest of you. So,
Sick.
Leilana, roll me a perception roll.
D20.
You remember when you were back on the field? That there were two people conspicuously missing. One was Aya, the other one was... Well, you don't know... You wouldn't know Shazon. But Aya was not there.
Where is Aya right now? Moogie is going to point to her.
Moogie, you don't know where Aya is either.
He knows the general direction that she was, because that's where he flew from.
Oh, yeah.
But not exactly where she's standing.
Right.
I know she's over there somewhere. I don't remember where she was standing, but she's in that direction. I see. Well,
And you two are now starting to hear the moans and groans of a storm coming your way.
well, that's not good.
Amongst the storm, you hear the various sounds of what sounds like alarms going off in Anthem.
And as it comes up to you, and all of you who have been fighting this particular group of people, let me just go and oop, not that one.
Getting cool, Bob.
The 3 blackguards and the 2 invokers all of a sudden go down by some very curiously looking people. They all look like Azamars, and their eyes have a very familiar tint to them.
Are they blue?
Mm-hmm. You don't see this. That's what Vess and Drac and everybody at the one location. You and Moogie see this thing coming up towards you, and the other. You see a whole bunch of mages fire out at this whatever it is, and you hear it scream and screech, and it dissipates, and you see more Asimars with a blue tint to their eyes.
Well, if that's not frightening, I don't know what is.
You hear, all of you hear the exact same thing.
Oh.
We welcome you to the resistance from our mistress, Ashes.
Certainly
You
an
must-
entrance.
You must make your way to the capital at once. We will keep the rest of them at bay, but you must go there. Azarak is almost done with what he's doing.
Oh,
Go.
no. That's not happening on my watch.
Not
Be-
that big.
Be forewarned that he has already taken one of your number.
Drac is now on all fours charging towards the Capitol building.
Oh.
Ginger hears this. She comes out of her panic attack and goes, "You know what? I think I'm going to help them because they sound like they're a safer bet."
Yeah.
Vess, I am so glad that I was able to help you. I like the new look.
Thank you. I kind of like it too.
Meanwhile, you guys casually talking, and then it's just heart just like.
Right.
Is
Right,
Alduin still down?
Right. Hang on a second. Let's see. Does she have that particular spell? Hope she does.
If she doesn't, Vess can cover this too.
There's something going on, by the way. Some of that goop is starting to float upwards.
Yep. She doesn't. Doesn't have it.
Okay. Vess can handle the healing if nothing else.
I'm going to roll some.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. You also don't see. You guys also don't see Shaisan. Shaisan's nowhere to be seen. And you all hear a dragon's roar coming way off in the distance.
Oh, cool.
That sounds like your air support has shown up.
Also, I'm pretty sure I went to roll to see my next death save, and I failed again.
Okay.
Dying.
If
Stop him.
Alduin's still in danger, then Vess will walk up.
I also rolled something else, and yeah, the goop is starting to get a little active.
Vess will run up to Alduin. He's gonna rub his hands together, and there's like a more gathering of like that golden energy. He's gonna slam them both on Alduin's chest and shout "Clear!" And then there's a burst of golden energy as I like cure wounds on him.
All right. How much healing do you give him?
Let's see. Avery should roll it. Let me just. 22 healing.
Okay, you're up. You're up. You have 22 hit points.
You revive and go. He coughs out, some black goop comes out. Why am I going?
Get up. There's more fighting to do.
You are covered in goop, and the goop doesn't seem to be leaving you.
Yeah, it's not leaving his body now. It's actually
not-
wherever it touches, it's just on him now.
It's all over him. Hearth, you just saw a miracle.
Oh my god, thank God. I'm not losing you. He says while like hugging him. Hugging Alduin.
And surprisingly, Hearth, the goop, while it sticks to everything else that Alduin has touched, it's not touching you.
Ah, that's weird. Alduin
It is weird.
Wait, my loot! You guys were grabbing it. Meh. Why is this goop everywhere?
All of you have noticed that Drag has taken off. What are Leilana and Moogie doing?
Leilana is trying to get her head on straight.
Yep.
So, tell me, strange Azamar, who are you? You want to know my name? I thought it was pretty obvious. I'm sorry, but I don't recognize you at all. You look like any other Azamar.
At this point, let's see. While you two are talking, continue talking, please.
Let's just for time's sake, you can call me Morin.
I love it. Well,
Very
let's
well.
see.
Morin it is, then.
Oh yeah, okay. I want you two to roll me a perception check. You're not gonna get it. I know you two aren't gonna get it.
Maybe, you never know. Alright.
Considering how ridiculously high she rolled, I don't think you're going to get it.
That is a... let's see. 9 and 9 is 18. 9 and 8 is 17. So, 9 and 7 is 16.
No, 9 is 9. Oh, yes. You're right.
Okay, so for Moogie, his perception is absolute garbage. He rolled a 7.
Yeah, okay. While you two are having this particular conversation, yeah, she's just gonna appear. Leilana, you see a very, very small kobold. You recognize her. It's Rags. And Leilana, are you back? You're not gonna be evil again?
When was I ever evil?
When you didn't have that thing in your hand, pointing to the staff.
Keep holding on to it.
I thought I always had this.
No, you handed it to Lady Mary, and then you got attacked by. Let's see. Let me see if I remember the correct. Then you got attacked by vampires that injected you with something evil. You went evil. Then we took you down to 0 hit points. They were deactivated. Then it was taken down again, and then you went evil again.
Well, this has been a wild ride.
Yeah,
I
you
like
prob-
this dress, though.
It's a nice
gorgeous.
dress. Eh, we don't know where Aya is. She wasn't with us.
Well then, if that's the case, then I know exactly where she is.
You really don't know who he is? Pointing up to you, Moogie.
He calls himself Morin, and I'm fine with that. He's obviously an ally.
Definitely. She gives you a look, Moogie. Like, what the hell is that name? That kind of a look.
I love that you have a title
He
of Kobold
kinda
squinting. It's like
sneers
tapping,
at her a little
tapping
bit,
her foot.
He smirks and winks at her.
Oh, she's not going to say who you really are unless it actually comes up. I mean, she's not stupid, but
I love the visual of Rag squinting really hard and like tapping her foot and having her hands to her hips, just like moving forward a little bit.
Yep. That's exactly the look. You do start hearing fighting in the city.
Oh no.
That's off. You hear the roar of a dragon, You know, breathing fire, just laying waste to the city. You hear sounds of battle. But the only thing that is in your minds right now is that you've just been told that Ace Rack, who's in the main tower, has your very good friend Aya, and he's going to do something to her. What do you all do?
You know, it may just
We
be me.
need to start making our way to the capital.
I think I had enough of this guy. What do you think? Yeah, I think I had enough, Alduin says.
And well, this may not be in my character, but I would
love to, well, let's just say beat up a lich.
You could definitely beat up a lich. Leilana and Moogie, what are you two doing?
Well, I suppose our best bet now would be to head to the capital, because that's where he is.
Oh, undoubtedly. Except, keep in mind, I have very small feet. Oh, and so does Vess. We're going to need a hand to get up there quickly, if you know
How
what I
about
mean.
a pair of wings instead?
Oh, that would be great.
Very small.
This is the only time I'm going to use this.
Uh-oh.
Don't hurt Rag. Rag's very small.
Due to Leilana's heritage,
Oh, dear.
Rags, roll a perception check, will you?
Perception, right?
Perception, yes.
And do that. Wow. Come on, you. There we go. Let's see. 8, 9, 10, 33.
You definitely see it. As you're climbing up on Moogie's back,
Uh-huh.
or should I say, Morin's back,
Lauren's back, yes.
you glance over in time to see the dress that Leilana's wearing
Uh-huh.
kind of shift aside in the back as these somewhat gloriously silver draconic wings shoot out from her shoulder blades.
Whoa.
Nice.
Nice.
They're not fancy and sparkly, but they are silver and a little bit shiny.
Right. So, you're all going to the...
We're all gonna whoop
Yep.
Rag's ass. That's what we're doing. We all had enough of him.
You've all had enough of him. And he's got a friend.
He's got a friend, but who cares? Come here, we're gonna teach you a lesson. I hope we banish him at least. Maybe not kill, but remove him from this realm, please. I thank you.
And on that note, as our intrepid heroes now winning Leilana back to the side of good, go and rescue one more time. And defeat, hopefully, an evil archlich named Asarak, who, as you get closer to the Capitol building, menacing laughter.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we'll end today's episode.
Woo! Pickle lemon.
You can only be scared so many times. Let's go.
Power to the pickle lemon.
That
What
is
the
exactly
hell?
how I want. Honestly, guys, that is exactly how I wanted that to go. Was for you guys to have a really, really bad battle, which that went wonderfully.
I
Yay!
got weirdly stressful because Alduin failed 2 of his freaking death saving throws.
But you got rescued in the end, so it was okay.
Yeah.
Moderately.
Oh,
Okay.
it would have been all fun and games until like you actually single-handedly killed my character. I would have been. I would have had a safeguard, but still.
Well, I wasn't attempting to kill your character, since you had really, really bad stuff that went on. By the way, the second of my nephew's lovely, lovely enemies, this was called a ward. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is wards are unfortunate victims of a terrible fate. Souls of the restless dead brought together in a mutual emotion towards a singular being. Well, this was not necessarily towards a singular being, but hey, whatever works.
Yeah.
Often being hatred or contempt. Wards are large storm-like entities that are made of the souls that created it. Faces constantly moaning out in pain and often mistaken for the wind. It is nasty.
Yeah.
What it did to you, Hearth, was it slammed you for 10 times.
Damn.
And then the ghostly hunt, damn, just kind of...
Well, luckily it was able to be at least calmed for a moment.
It has nothing in here to be calm. That was the thing. That's something that I'm going to talk to my nephew about today.
Like Alduin managed to use his calming music. You cannot deny the power.
It's something that I'll have to talk to my nephew about. But thank you so much for letting me playtest this wonderful, wonderful enemy against you. And I thought
it's pretty neat.
Thank you. I'll make sure I tell him that. And it made sense for where you guys were and who you guys were up against, because one of the things you guys were up against was the Death Knight. And if anybody had used like, you know, if anybody was a cleric, the wand would have gotten saving throws off of, you know, being banished and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But on that note, let us go ahead and begin the ceremony.
Yes. Look, let us begin this wonderful ceremony that we've been doing. Starting, and we're going to do the other way, we're going to start with the wonderful Dragonborn on the other side.
Dragonborn brothers, here we go.
Yes.
One's got maybe a broken rib, and the other one got shot in the back with magic. It is covered in goop.
Yep.
I control the Dragonborn brothers. And yeah. And I'm gonna pass it down to our doctor that went over some sort of growth spurt.
Yes. I've
He just hit puberty.
Yeah, he just
Yes.
somewhat
I like that.
edgy phase.
recently.
I like that.
Hopefully, I think I can say this. Recently regenerated Dr. Vess.
Yes, actually you can. I won't say anything about that. Oops, that's
whose personality has shifted a bit more towards the aggressive and courageous. I will pass it to our other friend who has had a transformation on top of a transformation to my left or right? Left, I guess.
One or two.
Rar. Hi, this is Dracathio.
Rar.
Now actually a werewolf, yes.
Roll to the wall,
I am
roll,
played
roll,
by
let's
PA
go.
Kenny USA, aka RT Studios. You're most definitely, yes, a werewolf. And I'll pass it over to our,
I'll get the chew toy.
wait, stick? Sorry.
Yes.
I'll throw that stick over, you might want to throw that stick over to, the lovely, winged creature over there that's, holding her
Fastball,
sister.
go! Whew. I threw.
Hello, guys. I am Magnarim. I play Leilana, various NPCs, and Moogie. Thank you guys for joining us. It's wonderful that this. It's wonderful and kind of sad that this season is coming to an end, but this is again our first row of whatnot. So look forward to the upcoming season because things are going to be a little bit whackers bonkers. And I'm going to pass
This
it off-
wasn't?
Not quite. Not quite. We got halfway through whackers before bonkers decided to walk away.
No, go back!
But I'm going to pass it off to our wonderful storyteller and DM. So take it away.
I have been your storyteller / DM. I play Rags. I would have played Aya, but Aya didn't make an appearance in this one. I play various NPCs. And next week, next time, my dears, we shall have a battle of all battles.
And I shall bring the pecan pie because I'm pretty sure that the liches are allergic to pecans.
Yeah.
I am not allergic to pecans.
Obviously, we gotta play. Someone needs to play Dual Fates in the background. So-
And with that,
That's
ladies and
copyrighted.
gentlemen,
we can't do it.
ladies and
I'll-
gentlemen, with
I'll
that,
do it for myself.
thank you for joining us on Realms of Awakened Essence, Season 8, Episode 15, The Throne of Sorrows. And I think that throne is unoccupied right now, but soon to be occupied by a one very lovely Azamar and her sister. His sister.
His sister.
Yeah,
Wait,
his
the Throne
sister.
of Sorrows! Quickly, get into the ocean!
Alright, well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Realms of
Bye.
Awakened Essence.
Take care.
Bye.
We're waving vigorously again.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Even though you can't see us. Bye.
Sun is coming up, are you ready to go? We can take a ride, we can take it slow. Yo, well, it's my law, I'ma let you be the boss, cause I'll go where you go. I'll take you to a place we can see it all. Step off the edge, I can break your fall. Yo, well, it's my law, I'ma let you be the boss, cause I'll go where you go. When you fall down, I'll get you back up again. The things you try are things that you won't regret. We are kings of the world, and tonight is our playground. We are kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound. We are kings of the world. And tonight is our playground. We are kings of the world.